Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Siddhesh, and I'm the co-founder of Agro Rangers. One day, my father and I were talking about my career, and I told him that I wanted to be a farmer. He looked at me and said, "Go beg, you will earn more than farming." He wasn't angry. He was tired of poverty and years of feeling stuck. And I have seen the same tiredness in the rural villages among the youngsters. And that's why he wanted me to be an engineer and not a farmer. So, like many youngsters in rural India, I did what society and my father asked me to do. I studied engineering, a clean cloth, city life, a predictable future. On paper, it looked perfect. But on ground, the reality hit me hard. After a very expensive engineering degree, I got a job that would have been never paid my education loan in my entire life. Financial burden on my family leads to daily fight at home, and slowly I slipped into the helplessness and the depression. After one frustrating day at work, I decided to take my life. And I started walking towards the railway station, planning to jump in front of a train. And while waiting for that train, I thought of making my last Facebook post and say my goodbyes. And there it was, an internship ad post by Vigyan Ashram. I called them and they said 8,000 rupees plus food and accommodation. I got happy. I thought of joining Vigyan Ashram so I can build my skills and get a better job so I can take care of my family. I joined Vigyan Ashram, a place where we solve the real life problems with the technology and we gain the hands-on experiences. And I chose the project which was close to my heart in our farmlands. They gave me a simple task to taste the soil. One farm, 10 farms, 100 farms. Soon I have done 5,000 soil tests. And what I realized was terrifying. Across our 10 to 12 villages, the soil organic carbon content in the soil was less than 0.3%, where the healthy soil should have at least 2 to 3%. Our soil was dying. Just imagine if your hemoglobin level drops by 6 times, what will happen to you? This wasn't our soil. It was lifeless dust. And I wanted to find out what killed our soil. And what I learned shocked me again. For decades, we have been relied on chemical fertilizers and pesticides that have been stripping the soil out of its life. And here is a tragedy behind that. Do you know how many farmers are migrating every day in India? 2,000 farmers. And to do what? Quit producing food and migrating to the cities to work in the factories and the construction sites. And what worse is, in India, every day, 45 farmers committing suicides under the weight of debt and poverty. This is the trap that the farmers are stuck in, a vicious cycle of debt, degraded soil, unfair pricing, increasing input cost, and climate change. You must have seen how this year's rain has destroyed the life of farmers in India. Climate change is making every season uncertain and difficult. My father was right. Farmers were not failing. The broken system of agriculture failing farmer. And standing in those degraded fields, I asked myself, as a farmer's son, if I don't fight for our soil, then who will? That day, I stopped running as I found my purpose. That quiet ember inside me finally caught a fire, and path ahead was no longer dark. With the friends that I made at Vigyanashram, we started Agro ranges with the mission to empower small and marginal farmers, to restore the degraded farmlands, and to bring the dignity back to the farming so the young people can choose farming as a viable career option. But my challenges weren't over. My father did not support it with me a small piece of land to start my work. So I leased the land far away from my home and started experimenting with the different farming models that could generate decent income to our struggling farmers. And that's when I met Dada Bhau, a farmer who has been practicing natural farming for last 25 years. He became my mentor and a quiet pillar behind Agro ranges. Under his guidance, we tried model after model and failed miserably, almost 13 times. But then, finally, one model worked. That was the agroforestry, planting different trees and crops in a symbiotical manner. And this crop combination helped us to increase our annual income from 60-70,000 to 2.5 lakh rupees. And we began to heal the soil with increasing organic carbon content with a 0.2% every year. And the biodiversity in the farm was managing the market swings and climate shocks much better. This experiment showed us hope to revive our degraded farmland. And for the first time, I genuinely felt proud what we had built. And I wanted to show it to my father. But then again, something happened that I never imagined. I got a call from my home that my father was COVID positive. Within a days, it got bad. Unfortunately, I lost him. When I was closing his bank accounts, there were just less than 3,000 rupees left in his account. No savings, no dignity, no insurance, and no dignity at the lifetime feeding others. That grief burned away my fear and solidified my drive working towards small and marginal farmers. I lost my father, but I found a brother, our co-founder, Jaideep. He quit his safe government job at IIT Delhi and joined me with this mission to work for the farmers. He, more than a colleague, he became my mentor and a sounding board, and in many ways, a brother from another mother. We grew Agro ranges with the teammates of children of farmers who shared our purpose, because we had lived the same consequences of being a children of farmers and experienced the poverty and helplessness in our home and in our community. In the early days, I followed the typical social entrepreneur's path, asking for the donations and approaching to the individuals and companies to support our work, implement our work at scale and to support our farmers. But initially, no one believed in us. After so many rejections, I got the people and the organization who supported our work, like Kanthari, I Am Bangalore, Nudge, Farmers for Forest, SPP Pune, Jupiter 360, and very good corporate CSR partners like Schaeffler, Tata Autocom, Forbes Marshall, Persistent, and many more individuals. I'm grateful to all of them who supported us and helped to shape this journey. And then I realized something uncomfortable, that we cannot fix the agriculture problem with occasional generosity. To reach small and marginal farmers, it has to make economic sense. The non-profits alone can't carry that. So we started working with government agriculture departments to unlock the subsidies and schemes to help farmers from shifting chemical farmings to the agroforestry farming practices. And from the next year, we are launching the Rangers Youth Fellowship Program, which is we have built on last 7 years' work with the rural farmers to create a young leaders in a sustainable agriculture. And with our amazing team, we have trained more than 2,700 farmers, restored 270 acres of degraded farmland, and planted over 2 lakh tree saplings. All these farmlands have been sequestering carbon, increasing good income to the farmers, and the soil is getting better and better every day. And in June 2024, our work led us to the international stage. I got a call from United Nations and they awarded me the Land Hero Award in Germany, only Indian among the 10 youngsters globally. Thank you. Suddenly, the people wanted to hear the farmers speak. But there is an irony I wanted to share because it reveals a deeper truth about how we value farmers in India. The dal, chawal, sabji that feeds this country comes largely from the small farmers. Families in our rural villages have refused to let their daughters marry farmers like me. Even we celebrate farmers on this stage, as a society, we still don't respect the young farmers on the ground. Pooja, my wife, was the only one who believed in my vision and was ready to walk this hard path with me. And here is something I want every young person to know. You do not have to follow the degree, job, marriage, home loan, a dead-end formula to have a future. Dream boldly and don't be afraid of making mistakes. We need a cultural shift from chasing degrees and government jobs to the backing the people who are solving the real life problems. My path was uncertain. It still is. It is full of challenges. But I'm not alone. I asked for the help. I found friends, mentors, and the institutions who believed in our work. The future of India is not in the metro cities and in the softwares. It is beneath our feet, in our land, in our villages. Because when we heal the soil, we do not just grow the crops. We grow dignity, livelihood, and the future. Thank you very much.